I saw my parents sacrifice for themselves so Tony and I could have. I saw my dad with holes in his shoes so he could buy Tony new sneakers and me new princess shoes. And you know what? That taught me a work ethic, and it taught me to appreciate the things that we had in life. And I saw hope come back into their life when a man and a woman walked into their house, Charlie and Ann Durso. I saw light at the end of that tunnel. And I saw what it did for our family. So when I paint a picture, I want you to understand, it may not have been Tony and my story per se, but we were a part of it. It was part of our journey to experience that growing up. And what it allowed for us to understand was that when you work hard for something, you truly value it and appreciate it.
It's being in the pursuit of accomplishing a worthwhile dream and goal that makes you happy. And that's what we had with this business. The greatest blessing, our dream, is that we have a purpose with our life. And when I was sick and I was laying in the hospital bed and I didn't know what was happening, yes, I knew my family was taken care of because of the rewards of this business. But I also felt good about the life I had lived. Even if it would have been short, I lived a life with purpose. Thank you, Vinny Pappalardo, for showing me a life worth following. Thank you, Charlie Durso, for showing me a life worth following. Thank you, Ray and Joanne, for showing us a life worth following. Ange, thank you for showing us a life worth following and letting me know you could still have a ton of fun doing it. Every time you get around Ange, you laugh. I found a place. Knucklehead, voted most dazed and confused, always getting in trouble. And I found a place where I had mentors who were willing to help me and guide me, to find my strengths, as Till Melmore said, and use them to become successful. Because it's not what you say, it's what you do. Show me a life worth following. I'll prove it to you. Take your hand, go like this. Make a little circle. Put it on your chin. Ah, that's your cheek. I said put it on your chin. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Well, here you're in control. If you want it, you got to work for it, but you can go out and get it. It's not always easy, but you got a bunch of people backing you up. You got people that are in your corner. We as diamonds need this function just as much as everybody needs this function. I needed this function as much as everybody. I need to get around Ange and Charlie and Vinny and all the leaders and Ray and get recharged and get around my family, the guys that are in our corner. The question is, how are you going to get your dream? Because if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. I'm going to the function, but where is it? Do you know how to get there? If you don't know what kind of team you're looking to build, you'll never build one. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Are you what you want your team to be? Think about maybe 5 things that you would want your team to be, or a new IBO to be on your team, and then are you those things? For me, a big part was not worrying so much explaining what Amway is and the technicality and the logic. I always heard, it's not the height of your logic, it's the depth of your conviction. Explain what Amway is to you. That's what people want. It's not just numbers, it's an emotion. We got in this thing, right? Everybody calls it a thing. It's the only thing I know of that's been a thing for 59 years. But we got in on an emotional decision. I still remember it. Getting contacted on a college campus by a can of excess, and then sitting with my sponsor, not understanding anything he just explained to me. Nothing. But I remember one part, and he was a big guy. He had big white eyes. And I remember he opened those eyes at one point, and he looked right at me, and he said, "There's a lot of money out there." And I said, "Yeah." That's it. That's how I got sponsored.